Hello there. Welcome to my website. Glad you had a chance to look over my column and some of the items I've posted. I'll be talking in my nationally syndicated radio program this weekend about Veterans Day. Veterans Day falls on November the 11th. It is a special day for veterans who served in all branches of the services. It's not the same as Memorial Day. A lot of us think Memorial Day in May. That honors those who died for the service of their country. On Veterans Day, November the 11th, that's a special day to honor all veterans who served in the military to protect us and protect all of our freedoms. It used to be called Armistice Day, followed World War I. I think Woodrow Wilson was the first president to recognize it. About 1930, it became a national holiday. And it's a very important day, too. A lot of businesses are kind of re-energizing over Veterans Day, giving discounts to restaurants are doing that. A lot of shops to veterans who show that they serve their country. And it's an important day to me. I had to make a tough choice when I was coming out of law school. The Vietnam War was at its height. I didn't realize at the time how terrible that Vietnam War was, why we never should have gotten into it in the first place. But lots of young men my age who were draft exempt. I'd been in college. I was married. I didn't have to go in the service, but I chose to serve. I'm glad I did. I'm honored to have paid some small price in serving my country, as so many people have. The special day that takes place in other parts of the country, around the country, all over Europe, also honors their particular veterans in so many ways. Remembrance Day is a special day in England. England is so involved in honoring the serviceman. We didn't touch it in our country as they did, to where night after night the Germans were bombing Great Britain. So many Brits lost their lives in World War I. And just a terrible, terrible time that touched so many people in so many personal ways. Certainly did in our country too, but maybe not the way the Brits were touched. Their Remembrance Day is very special. They honor it in services all over England. I've been there on several occasions for what they call Remembrance Day, same as our Veterans Day. It comes on about the same time, I think about the November 10th or the 11th. And I went to St. Paul's, a marvelous church where Prince Charles and his first wife were married. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, huge cathedral, Episcopal cathedral there in England. And I went there on Remembrance Day a year before I'd come into tour. And the lady said, would you be interested in joining the Remembrance Day or the church, the St. Paul's Honorary Society? And I think it cost me 10 pounds. It was not a lot of money. I said, sure, I'll be glad to. I love this church and I'll join. Forgot all about it. A year later, I came to the service on Remembrance Day. The crowd was packed into the church. The Lord Mayor of London was there. The Queen wasn't there, but a number of members of the royal family were there. Well, I was late and I came in the back and I was just kind of standing there and I needed a haircut then, kind of like I do now. And maybe the cut of my suit, I had a British suit on. And so one of the ladies came over and said, sir, are you British? And I said, no, ma'am, I'm an American. She says, well, I thought maybe you were a member of the St. Paul Society. I said, well, actually, I am. If you go to the record book, and she did, and looked up James H. Brown Jr., she saw that I had joined. Well, she said, we have special seating for you then, Mr. Brown. And she took me down the center aisle, packed church, and sat me right in back of the Lord Mayor of London. And it was there for such a touching service for those who had served their country. The poppies, everyone in Britain this weekend will have a poppy. That's part of Remembrance Day. The poppy is for the blood that flowed in the fields, the poppy fields that took place in Belgium when the Brits were under attack. And you've seen some of the movies, there's been a number of recent movies about how the sea of ships came to get their servicemen who were trapped and could not get out of Belgium. And so many British nationals died at that time. But the most poignant thing is of the poppy seeds was a wonderful poem called Flanders Fields, written by John McCrae. He was a major. Actually, he was Canadian. He's over there fighting on behalf of the Brits and the Americans. And he wrote this moving poem I'd just like to share with you if I can. I read this on my radio show, and I send it out every special Veterans Day. It says, in Flanders field the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row. that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. Very moving poem by Major McRae. So a special day, and Monday after Veterans Day is a holiday, and it's a nice way to get away. Most people think it's kind of just a little break for a holiday. But I hope that if you know a veteran, I hope you'll seek one out, members of your family. I hope you will thank them and remember them for the service that they gave to their country. Hope you'll listen to my radio show. We'll talk a lot about it this weekend. Hey, thanks for looking at my website. Hope you enjoy some things I posted. Hope you'll tune in again next week. Take care.